First, we're not going to delay all the gratification. That's number one. Number two, we are going to have scheduled, structured fun time and maximize our fun. Okay? And we're going to put ourselves first, getting clear on our priorities, and setting healthy boundaries. But the third part, right? And again, at every level, we're getting deeper and deeper and more advanced. The third part is you start looking for ways to build fun and to build joy into your work. We're going to work on integrating our passions, the things that give us meaning, that bring us joy, into our extracurricular activities. If you are one of my students, if you're in my Dominate Pre-Med Accelerator, you know I'm all about pre-medding with passion. So I work with my students and say, hey, listen, what are you passionate about? What do you care about? Now let's find a way to either find that opportunity or create that opportunity for you to live out your passion as a quote unquote work, right? We've got to find ways to integrate our passions into our extracurriculars. So as you go through your college process, you go through your pre-med process, we're going to be establishing hobbies and passions and then looking for opportunities to integrate them into our extracurricular activities, into our daily lives, into our quote unquote work, to make our work fun. It's very possible, guys. I had a student who was really into yo-yo. I'm like, listen, you're really into yo-yo? He's like, yeah, but it's like a hobby, it's just yo-yoing. I'm like, no, screw that. We're going to magnify that. And so what we did was we created the opportunity. So I said, hey, listen, go back to your high school, to your elementary school, to your middle school. I said, you're a big, successful college student now. Go back and teach yo-yo to these kids. And while you're teaching yo-yo to them, also add in some science lessons on top of it. So now you're teaching them about the physics of the yo-yo and all these kind of things about the yo-yo, but at the same time, you're just yo-yoing. And so now you're creating this opportunity to stand out. And it was amazing because he built this program, was doing this, going, talking to students. And it was this awesome thing that was just fun for him to go yo-yo, talk about physics. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. But he was impacting students. He got a letter of recommendation from one of these program heads, right, to one of the people he's working with at one of his schools. And that became something that everybody, every single interviewer wanted to talk to him about a freaking yo-yo. Like, how did you turn yo-yoing into a scholarly activity? Well, that's weird. Like, it was the key highlight of his application. And of course, he got into medical school. So even something obscure like yo-yoing can be integrated into something that is applicable for your career. For me, I love teaching and mentoring. Obviously, because I'm hanging out with you knuckleheads right now, right? Teaching and mentoring, those were my passions. So what did I do? I started getting involved with tutoring programs on my campus for other disadvantaged students. I started getting involved. I was working for Kaplan for a minute as a tutor for Kaplan, doing that, right? And then I was like, wait a minute, I want to do my own thing. So then I was like, I want even more of this. So I started my own tutoring company. And I started mentoring students and having that longevity, that longitudinal process of working with students saying, listen, I know what it is. It's more than just learning how to study. You need support. You need someone who can be there with you to cheer you on, to give you the beat down, these words of harshness when you need it to get back on track. You need more full circle support. So I started becoming this mentor for students. And it was just an awesome thing because then it snowballed and that became all I did was I taught, I mentored, and it became this big, colossal thing that not only did it get me into medical school at Stanford, but then once I got to Stanford, they saw this, they identified this, and actually I'll never forget it. Dean, Dr. Charles Prober, he's the dean at Stanford. He came to me, he's the dean of education. He came to me. Second look weekend. If you guys don't know, when you apply to medical school, they give you an interview. Once you get the interview, you go to interview, and if they accept you, they invite you back in the spring to come see their medical school so you can get a closer look for all the accepted students to see if this is really the place for you. And when I went to that second look, Dr. Prober knew me, knew my name. He's like, hey, Andre, I want to talk to you. Oh my gosh, I loved your application. We loved your interview. What we're really interested in is this education, this mentor stuff you're doing. We're actually in the process of switching our curriculum to do more of a flipped classroom, and we'd love your expertise in curriculum development to help us with this. We'd love to have you part of our curriculum committee, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my gosh, this guy knows my name, he knows my activities, and not just what I did and performed in the classroom. He wants to talk about my teaching and mentoring. He sees value in that. So then guess what happened? In medical school, I didn't have to do the regular medical school stuff. I got to be on the curriculum committee. I got to work to build curriculum. I got to work and do more teaching. I got to go and do speaking and do mentor and do outreach and work with disadvantaged programs. So I got to go not just from pre-med enjoying myself and living my passion, but then also med school. My work wasn't really work. It was my joy and I got to live it. And then in residency, same thing. I got to go out, work with you guys, right? I started my website, PremedProductivity.com, and brought you guys to me because I'm like, listen, there's even more students out here who can't be in California. They need me. And so I became this virtual mentor for people. We get on Zoom and do all kinds of things through my programs. But through my whole career, I was building my passion. And now you look, right? 20 years of experience teaching, tutoring, mentoring, coaching, right? Getting students in alignment. And now I'm able to do that for you guys every Monday and Wednesday, right? Doing for my coaching students every Wednesday, doing for my core students anytime they want them access to on-demand lectures. I've built this life, this passion into my life. So when people say, hey, what do you do? I say, listen, I'm a part-time anesthesiologist, full-time pre-med productivity expert, part-time anesthesiologist, full-time student coach, part-time anesthesiologist, full-time pre-med expert. That is how I say it to everybody because I'm full-time. I've crafted my life and my extracurriculars and my work. I've created the passion in that. Does that make sense? So it doesn't just stop back then. It goes all the way through your journey. If you start now doing this, you're going to build joy into your whole journey for your whole life. So I want you guys to, I want to challenge you to think about what is your passion? What is your hobby? And how can you formalize it, incorporate it into your college activities to build out your resume in doing something you enjoy? Yes, yes? All right, let's see. I have a question from Isaiah real quick. I'm an incoming first-year dental student. Orientation starts August 1st. Should I spend this time pre-studying gross anatomy? This will be my first class. Or should I enjoy my summer? You should prepare for dental school. Congratulations on getting in, first of all. But prepare for dental school, but do so, again, in a balanced way. Spend a couple hours every day learning some stuff towards your degree, not anatomy. Why? Because anatomy is not functional. That's something that's more memorization based, but instead, take the time to learn some of the science of the mouth. Take some time to learn some of the science you're going to be learning, some of your science classes, so that way that's one less thing you have to pick up as you go forward. All right? So that was a little question on the tail end there, but that's what we have for today, guys. I hope this was beneficial to you guys. We're at 38 minutes. I hope this is fruitful to you. You guys understand that it's a complex, multi-tiered way that we create this balance. And it's not just simply, oh, just be more balanced. No, we have to think about it critically and specifically. We have to evaluate things, and we have to make sure we have the right frame of mind for it. Not too much delayed gratification, some, but not too much. We have to make sure that we are clear on who we are and what we want, and we put that first and foremost with our priorities. And then third and finally, we want to say, listen, the fun doesn't just have to be fun time. We want to blur that line and bring the fun into our work. That's a life. That's a life. So I thank you guys so much for being here with me and sharing this time with me. If you've enjoyed this video, please take a second and like this video. Take a second and share this with someone who needs more balance in their life. I would appreciate it. If you are watching this non-live, take a second and comment. Let me know, hey, Dr. Pinesett, I love this video. I appreciate you putting it out there. Thank you so much. Keep these videos going. Let me know you guys appreciate me coming on here and sweating for you guys in my afternoons after I get off my anesthesia job. Take a second, guys. If you're on the podcast, leave a review for the podcast. 5 stars, y'all. 5 stars for the podcast. Premed Productivity Podcast. If you are like, dang, Dr. Pinesett is the bee's knees. It's the biz. I need more of this in my life. I want to be able to talk to him directly. I want to be able to get on a Zoom chat and have that interaction. I want him to evaluate my life. I want him to inspire me. I want him to direct me in a goal-oriented way to take effective action that is meaningful to me. Get to my website, guys, premedproductivity.com, and get into one of my programs. It's not just info. It's inspiration. It's connection. It's connectivity, and it's guidance. It's true mentorship. It's true advisement, and it's true coaching, strategies to help you get better. So premedproductivity.com, guys, check the website. And if you guys want a discount code, guys, I give discounts all the time. I'm here to serve students. Send me an email. It's andre@premedproductivity.com. I'll send you a discount code, guys. It's no problem. It's no problem because I'm here for you. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll see you guys Wednesday, same time, same place, 4:30. See you guys there. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful evening.